My name is Coynis Miller, Jackson High School, defensive end.
When you look at Coynis Miller, he just looks like an SEC defensive lineman. He's about 6'2", 6'3", 290.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reggie from HBCU Spotlight, and I'm back with another banger. As you can see, 96% of the channel's viewers are not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you can be alerted anytime I upload a video. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is the story of yet another trailblazer who is out to bring black colleges back to prominence. This is the story of Coynis Miller. Miller is a 6'2", 300-pound defensive lineman out of Birmingham, Alabama, where he attended Jackson High School. In high school, he was a man amongst boys. This four-star defensive lineman was ranked in the top 300 and had a who's who list of schools that offered him. He had offers from schools such as Auburn, Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, Michigan, and Ole Miss, just to name a few. He was ranked as the 10th best defensive lineman in 2018, the 3rd best player in the state, and the 120th best player in the country. Coming out of high school, this highly touted prospect committed to the University of Auburn. His time at Auburn was a bit rocky. He appeared in 19 games during his first 2 seasons at Auburn, all as a reserve at defensive tackle, totaling 9 tackles. Although he dominated in high school, his coach did not have high praises for Miller when asked about him. His high school coach, Tim Vakakis, was quoted as saying, "I tell coaches who recruited him that he might be one of the laziest kids you're going to sign." He went on to say that Miller had the potential to be a day 1 NFL draft pick if he figured it out. He doesn't like to really get down and dirty, Vakakis said. His play on the field wasn't the only thing that made his time at Auburn rocky. He also got caught up in some controversy via Twitter. When Alabama 5-star receiver George Pickens flipped his commitment from Auburn to Georgia, he left a number of onlookers stunned. Pickens was never considered to opt out of his commitment to Auburn. He's leaving for another school in another state. And he never telegraphed anything except the loyalty of Auburn. Miller got caught up on Twitter talking about Pickens flipping from Auburn to Georgia. He insinuated that the reason the Tigers couldn't hold on to Pickens was because the program isn't willing to invest in big-time players. In this case, the concept of invest is being taken literally. Miller deleted the tweet after he sent it, but we all know the internet is undefeated. Miller's comments were captured and they raised some intriguing questions. First, check out the tweet for yourself. The tweet came in 2018. The tweet came as a response to Keith 24/7 Sports saying, that Pickens had switched from Auburn to Georgia. Miller's tweet read, "Knew this was coming. Better stop playing and drop that check. Everybody else doing it." Now, this may have been just him playing around, but you already know everybody on Twitter kind of gets in their feelings, and it's up to them whether or not they want to believe it. I highly, highly, highly doubt that Miller is that crazy to actually admit something like that is going on at the program. At least admit it on Twitter for the world to see. During his last full season at Auburn, Miller finished the year with 4 tackles and was credited with a pair of pass breakups near the line of scrimmage. Then teammate Marlon Davidson said at the end of the season that Miller's approach to the game had changed, and the 6'2", 315-pound player was taking things more seriously, especially with the impending departures of Brown, Davidson, and Nick Cole along the defensive line headed into the 2020 season. Miller was primed for a bigger role this season, as he was competing with Daquan Newkirk for the second defensive tackle spot beside Truesdale. The spot was previously manned by Brown. Still, it appeared early in camp that the junior was still working to put everything together, with senior defensive end Big Cat Bryant saying last week that Miller was continuing to learn the system and get comfortable with it. Coynis really is a great kid, and his future is bright. His head coach Vakakis was quoted as saying, "He just has to decide that for himself. I'm willing to bet he gets it all figured out and becomes who God intended for him to become." Miller's departure leaves Auburn needing to identify more depth, particularly at defensive tackle, where Truesdale and Newkirk are the only two with significant college experience at the position. Auburn signed a pair of JUCO defensive tackles this offseason in Dre Butler and Marquise Burks, while the true freshman, Jay Hardy, listed at 6'4", 299 pounds, also has the ideal size to play the position. Looking for a fresh start, Miller decided to transfer to Jackson State University to play for the legendary Coach Prime. He announced the news via Twitter on a Friday afternoon. Miller started out the past season for the Tigers, but did not continue to play for the rest of the season. A September report from Auburn Undercover on the 24/7 network stated that Miller had opted out of the season after meeting with then head coach Gus Malzahn. Shortly after that, the decision was made that he would not be returning to the team moving forward. The Jackson State Tigers are slowly but surely turning into the Monstars of the SWAC. Miller is far from the first Power 5 transfer that Sanders has landed in this recruiting cycle. Before Miller's announcement, Aubrey Miller from Missouri, Dylan Spencer from Missouri, Abdul Malik McClain from USC, Shiloh Sanders from South Carolina, Isaiah Borden from Florida State, Niles Gaddy from Tennessee, and Javoris Sampson from Mississippi State had all announced that they plan to transfer to play for the Tigers. Back in December, Sanders joined ESPN Signing Day show to discuss the class he had assembled in his first go-round. Sanders spoke highly of his recruits that have come from various backgrounds of football prior to getting to Jackson State. "I'm excited. I tell you what, we have one of the best staffs in the country. I really do think that. Guys from high school, college, and the NFL," Sanders said. "And when I tell you that we're getting after it, they are truly getting after it. The names that are coming in today are phenomenal. We are definitely building on tradition, blazing new trails, and we think you guys, this is a first. No one has ever come in the hood to HBCU but you guys. This is a first. So we are doing our job, man. I'm happy." Getting a coach like Sanders to lead Jackson State is certainly one way to spark excitement, both on the field and in recruiting. Sanders was a 2-time Super Bowl champ and a 6-time All-Pro pick in his playing days in the NFL. Sanders was the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 1994 and has been named to the NFL's 1990s All-Decade team as both a cornerback and a punt returner. This is his first college head coaching job. In my opinion, the way that Coach Prime speaks so highly of his recruits will lead to more high-caliber players joining the program. He treats them like family and even has 2 sons on the team. He treats them as if they matter instead of just like working mules like the big-time programs do. Keep doing your thing, Coach Prime. Thanks for watching the video. I love all y'all. This channel is growing faster than I ever thought that it would. And I want to thank each and every one of you for the support. If you made it to the end, I want y'all to send some positive vibes to Big Coynis. It seems as if people at other programs have given up on him. I want him to know that he is more than welcome at a great HBCU such as the Jackson State University. Type in "Turn Up Jack Boy" in the comment section. We also have a winner of the giveaway for the channel reaching 1K subscribers. There were 5 slots, but only one person participated. Shout out to Chris Simmons. Some gear from the school of your choice will be heading your way. I will be doing more things like this in the future, so make sure you're following all my social medias. Follow me on Spotlight_HBCU on Twitter. Like my page on Facebook, HBCU Spotlight, and my personal Instagram, Goku My Cousin. Let's keep growing and supporting the historically black colleges that we all love. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe, leave a like, and a comment. From us, over here at HBCU Spotlight, we're rooting for you, Coynis, and I'm looking forward to seeing you shine on the field. We out of here. Peace.